Again, it's a rich thing.
Personally, I think the main contest here or the main keyword here is courtship. At least we've courted for, let's say, if I may put like a year and a half, and we have plans of getting married. Let's say, come December. Let's put Corona away. And I expect you to come to my house, come and stay with me, in as much as and get to know you more. You can stay with somebody for like an hour and go back, but you can't exploit the person very well. I say exploit, like know the person very well, inwardly and outwardly. So you coming to stay with me, even let's say you come and stay with me for a week, at least I'll get to know the kind of person you are, know your temperament. I know your temperament alright, but if you stay with me, I get to know you very more. I get to know you much better, if I may put it. And also other key factors will come to being or come to play in knowing the kind of person. At least if I wake up from bed, I know I know this girl's routine, what she does, what she can do. And one key thing I will look out for is when if a lady comes to stay with me is one, they say charity begins at home. This is the right time I'm going to decipher or determine or make a concrete decision if I'm going to stick with Ajwa or Abna. Granted, I'm with Abna. Abna comes to my house and she goes. She comes and she goes. She doesn't do anything, but maybe she comes and cook. Apart from cooking, the main thing, or literally speaking, the main managers of the house is a woman or women. So if you come and go and if you don't come and stay with me and I don't know the kind of person you are, I think when I get married to you or when you go straight into a relationship, after for better, for worse, or for better, or whatever you may put it, and I don't know you very well, I think I may falter in the long run.
I would disagree with what you just said with the ending part. There's this thing that goes that you can never really know how someone is. Do you understand? In the sense that you might be with someone for a period of maybe 5 years. Now, after 5 years, when you spend an extra 5 years with the person, you realize that there's some few characters that the person has picked, or there are certain things that the person has. Sometimes there are certain things that have become part of the person which you didn't expect or which you didn't think of. Now, I believe that as a lady, with what you said, it's moving totally to your boyfriend's house when you're courting. I would feel like it's not advisable. You could go for the 1 week thing you said, like go for weekends, spend some time with the person, and that's fine. But in the case where you have to maybe move in from your present location to his apartment, I feel like one way or the other, not all men might feel comfortable in the sense of making things formal with him. Some men might feel like, okay, she's gonna have her with me. Even your mother, as a lady, your mother will tell you that, oh, even when you go to your boyfriend's house, the rate at which you go there shouldn't be so much. So he doesn't feel like, okay, after all, I have her here with me. I have her performing.
Why pay for the cow if you have it?
Yes. I have her performing her duties. I have her doing all that she's supposed to do.
But see, sorry to chip in this. Okay. But instances happen or circumstances happen, or you get to see the traits or character of people when, let's say, you are close to them.
It doesn't work.
For example, we are watching TV or something pops up. I know you may react some way somehow, or like because you are courting or you are in a courtship, or let's say we have plans of getting married. You should not be Holy Mary full of grace. But when you are with me, when the push comes to shove, that's when you try to see the kind of person I'm dealing with.
No, I also believe that almost everybody's raised differently, right? There may be certain things that may be okay with you, that may not be okay with me. Maybe you may like to leave your dishes overnight and then wash them the next morning. It may not be okay with me. No, it may apply to a lot of things. So if I don't stay with you, how am I going to get to know these things?
Better.
I mean, at least before we even get like we move further, like I need to know you like in depth. Know that okay, these are certain things that you do, and then I need to know if can I deal with this. If I can't deal with this, then I know okay, like I need to get out of this. But the only way sometimes people is you see you're in a relationship. If the girl comes to my house and then she goes, mostly with like marriage, people don't show their real character until like
Thank you very much.
in the marriage with them.
People change
And-
every year. Whatever may trigger me last year is not what you think will trigger me this year.
It's true,
So
but you
even
see,
if you know me last year, trust me, this year you need
there
the new man
there are
because
traits
I'll
that
change.
people have that does not
Which-
change. That's
They
the thing.
never
That's
change.
you see,
Which
it's
you
not- it's
would
not
know, which
change.
you would know unless you're not smart.
It's like there's this
a
saying which
woman-
goes like culture is dynamic.
Yeah.
Marriage is also dynamic. If I'm day in there, something happens. So like, if this girl comes to be with me every day, like there are some things you can hammer before
When
it gets
you
there.
want to
Because
get
sometimes,
married
like,
to
socialization,
someone,
like from infancy, this is what I'm used to. You get it. So me going to change that thing for just you or changing that thing, like it's sometimes very
Getting
difficult. There are
married.
traits that like it's just a part of you. You can't do
You
anything
can't do away with
about
it.
it.
Yeah, so
And you know, like the closest way to get to know, okay, this person's like this, is actually to court with the person for a while. Know that okay, this is how the person.
Or you say,
That's how-
before you can
exactly.
manage him on
But
head.
how
you know my
if I come
point.
to my side
My
for just 2
problem here
days?
is that okay, and personally, I'm going out with you.
Yeah.
Okay, we've gone out for quite a while, and we feel like okay, we want this to lead to marriage. Fine. Probably 6 months or probably 7 or a year towards marriage. You ask me to move in with you. Alright, that's fine. I move in with you, and then meanwhile, whilst I have moved in with you, we are making preparations towards marriage. You should understand that. Now I start exhibiting some character, and you feel like, oh, okay, you have a question mark here. Now here's a case where I have moved in with you. I'm living with you. Practically, we are husband and wife. You've not just gone to sign. That's it. So in a case where you feel like, okay, whatever I'm doing is unbearable, you can't. At this point, what do you do? Like, for me, I feel like it makes everything so complicated because here's a case where it's like you're starting a journey with someone, and all of a sudden, it's really difficult coming out of a relationship and starting all over again.
Okay, so are you saying that? I think. I'm sorry. Let me.
no, you
I think you are having a perception or having a feeling that when you move into the house and you try to exhibit some kind of trait or character, the guy may leave in the middle of the way. That's what you're saying. That's the point.
I think what she's trying to say is,
That's not what I'm
if
saying.
okay, you've moved in with a guy, and now the guy notices that okay, I can't deal with you anymore. Then like he leaves, you basically have to start
all over again.
But the problem that I have with that
anyone
statement-
that knows psychology understands. If you've been with
the
someone
problem
for
I
a
have with
period
that
of 3
statement in
months,
particular,
you get tired of the person. So whatever you thought you were tolerating in the beginning of the relationship, out of nowhere becomes unbearable. It's not that the person has changed.
but you know something.
It's you and what you can
I
tolerate.
want to make a point.
And
You
the
see,
only
if you are
thing,
scared of like starting over again, that is what gets a lot of people into toxic
No, my
relationships.
problem is
Like,
not about
you are there
starting
and
again. It's not about probably starting all over again. You should understand that even when you, let's say she's okay, you understand she's okay, but then as time goes on, 5 years from now, you realize children have come in. Probably the way she's handling your child, you don't like it. The way she relates to some of your workers, you don't like it. You understand? Because you see, relationship is in steps. You understand? So probably you've gotten to a different step and you feel like you don't like it. So at that point, what do? Do you say that okay, I'm calling this marriage and quit, or you work it out?
No, I would prefer to deal with the whole thing first, nurture it and make it grow. Before I try and bring before I don't know what to put, before I make a decision.
so you're
Because
saying
my issue is you are not with me. You come to my house this weekend, you spend the weekend and like you exhibit a character. You talk about it, you go. The following you come.
No, but if someone shows you who they are the first time, why do you want to see it another time?
And see, the same people, the same ladies who are talking about this,
just like somebody can change within a week.
Yes, people can change.
So then tolerate it. So if it's going to take 2 years, 3 years, are you going to wait for that 3 years to come?
So if I'm tolerating all these things,
then you shouldn't. Then you can't tolerate it.
But you see,
every human being is not perfect.
Definitely,
whatever you think is wrong about you, she
superhuman.
probably feels you're equally not 100%. So it's up to, can I tolerate this? Can I take this about my partner, or can I not take this? Are you telling me people married are okay with each other? They argue every day. Whatever you're going to find out in 3 months or staying with them for cohabitating, it won't change.
Do you think we can improve upon that?
It would. You don't need her to stay in your house.
With some traits
that like, where is this coming from?
The traits are not going to come. I've been trying to say one thing for like a long time, and you guys keep going back and forth on the same thing. I'm telling you, there's nothing like traits. It's just simple. You know your woman, how she behaves when she's angry and how she behaves when she's happy. Those are the only 2 things you can tolerate a person with living with them. If she's dirty, if she's lazy, you would know.
Trust me, you wouldn't.
And if it's something you can tolerate, you would. If she can't cook, she can learn to cook.
Experience, not my personal experience, but
when a lady is lazy or dirty, it can be
fixed. The person got married thinking
fixed.
It can.
Fix this.
It can.
For 3 years,
it can be fixed.
Everything is different.
It can and it would.
But you see,
what's the worst thing that can happen? That she doesn't take her bath and she smells.
Let's do that.
So that's not what we're talking about. So are we talking about cleaning the house?
This is not even personal hygiene. Like I said earlier.
So what do you need her to live in your house? What are you trying to learn?
With regards to this cleanliness, like I said earlier in my opinion, I said the lady is the manageress or the manager.
And who hired her? Who is paying her to be that manager and manageress?
You're not getting me.
I'm getting you.
If I say
she's a working lady as well. Whatever you're saying, no.
Listen,
the pair is the manager or management of the home.
If I say a manager in a context, I'm not saying manager, she being home 247 managing the house. No, that's what I'm saying.
So whatever you're complaining about is something you can equally help and chip in.
I can help.
Yeah, so you don't need to steady her.
What if I'm away?
She'll equally be away. She's a housewife.
You want me to come home and
she'll equally come home with you.
Supposed to do this. You
You're just talking about kitchen and home cleaning duties. Because if not, what are you trying to study? The way she sweeps.
Oh, come on, sweep.
Let me ask one question.
Or the way
you
she
get
cleans
to
the
know
house.
somebody very well if you don't at least
checking up on her every day, checking up on each other, having conversations. Because at the end of the day, that's what you're going to do.
I'm the kind of person I don't like talking to people.
And you want to be in a relationship.
I don't have talking to people.
So go to her office, pick her up.
I don't know.
Know your woman.
If a guy wants
pick her up, spend quality time with her, even if it's just 2 hours.
That's from you. If a girl wants you to marry her, she can pretend. Do everything she wants to get you to marry her.
And the
only way I get to know, okay, this is how you really are, is to live with you for at least a while.
And those that have lived with people for a while still realize they were monsters after marrying them. So it doesn't help.
My point is that you see, most relationships, you understand, you be with the person for a while. You can't know someone for that short while. But then I believe that moving in with, because let's say we've decided to get married in 3 months' time. Do you understand? We started dating, this is our first month, second month. I behave perfect. Third month, it's a limited time. Do you understand? It's a limited time. Me moving in with you does not mean that I can't hide something from you. All those some things I might exhibit them. But then as compared to staying with me for over 2 years, 5 years, then you can say, oh, I know this person black and white. I know this person, everything about this person.
In on what she's saying.
Can I ask a question? Anyway, hold on. So, to get married, to date someone and then get married to the person, and feeling like, okay, I've dated this person, so I know this person, and then getting married to someone that you have at least lived with for a while, and then know that, okay, I've weighed, you see, it's about weighing out both options. I'd rather courtship for a while.
Relationships have become
my problem is that a while can never be compared to forever. Do you understand? There are certain things I might do. Do you understand? Maybe I might be dirty. I might not be a perfect cook. I might not be maybe something you're not expecting. Do you understand? I might be abusive, which I'm not showing. Do you understand? But then that little while, I can control myself enough. Okay, I'm going to live in a man's house. I'm going to be prim and proper and all of that. Do you understand? And then
Just to please the man.
Exactly. Because here's the case where you're actually moving me in so that we can study each other. But I feel like even no matter where we
A
are,
friend of
do you
mine,
see sometimes
an old friend of mine, married a lady like that, drops her at work. They had a son together, only to find out she didn't even finish school. The work she's been going to and has been getting dropped off for over 2 years. It's not even where she works because she was trying to maintain an appearance for the man.
No, I feel
And now they have a beautiful kid together and they are divorced.
So
What are you trying to figure out in that month of
know
staying? Or
someone.
how many
You
years you want to know that? See, he's been dropping her every day at work
that's fine.
where she
But
had
listen,
her national
would you
service.
rather-
And it
would
was
you
all a
rather-
lie.
Would you rather know?
Just say
Even
you
if
want
it's-
to
even
have
if it's
sex
very-
with
even
these
if it's
women
an
while
ounce
you
of
are dating
information.
them.
I
But
think
if
I'd
that's not
rather
the
know that
issue,
than not know anything at all.
See, look, you know my point. My
Helps.
point, I'm just trying to say that you don't necessarily need someone to live with you before you know the
if you love a woman,
Now,
you marry
you're
her.
saying
That's the
Ghana.
standard. You
In a
marry her, you
contract
cut her,
circumstances.
you marry her, then she goes to the house. You don't take the car home before you pay for the
Repeat
car.
what you said
No.
earlier on.
If you like a woman, you date her, which is courtship, then you marry her, then goes home. It doesn't change the position. You don't take her home before you marry her. No.
Really? So you
Oh,
can-
yes, very
So
real.
really, when she comes to my house and she
Yes,
starts
yes, yes.
exhibiting some
You
traits,
call your mom to train her.
really?
Yes, it happens.
Really?
They used to do that in the
Really?
in the olden days.
Those
Oh, trust me.
Those are primitive.
And they have long-lasting marriages
Your
that
man,
recently.
me quick about
They have long-lasting.
Baba,
Yes,
Abuna is
yes,
not
yes,
come on,
yes,
come on.
yes. When your woman is not acting right, when your woman is not acting right, you send her to your mom or her
No,
mom.
you know,
But usually not her mom, because obviously her mom didn't help
Come
her.
on.
I
So
feel
you
like
send her to your mom, which is
I
the
feel like in
standard
a
for you.
relationship.
But what makes
In
you
a
think you listen to your mom?
She tried. Then she doesn't want the man. She
Mami,
won't.
that's all war.
But if she
Maybe
really-
I'm not a bit.
Baby, I want me a crop run. Who hold up person or Danny made of you? Baby, of you buy on the kitchen. So who will help?
What's that? I'm
Maybe
happy
I
to
will
my
hold
wife.
up Danny slave. So you send her to your mom who was the
She
slave for you.
doesn't, she's
To continue that job.
She's very stubborn, sorry. She doesn't do things in the
But as
house.
a man, if you have a woman that isn't stubborn, what do you want in life?
You know, just to polish.
Who's going to challenge
Do you
you?
want a guy? Do you want a guy who is stubborn? Do you need a stubborn
But
guy?
if you're a human being and you are not stubborn, what are you? How do you challenge yourself?
Will you go in
How do you fight
for a stubborn
challenges?
guy?
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
I
I
just-
don't even want a cool guy. For what?
Let's turn this
Cool
around.
For what?
Wait,
Somebody in the
let's
office.
hold on.
Stubborn. You know what stubbornness is?
Let's turn this around. Are you ladies trying to tell me that you'd like to marry a guy without living with him and then
You
knowing?
see-
You see,
That's
we've been looking at this
you're
one.
not getting it.
Wait,
When you
hold on.
want
We've
to
been
buy
looking at
a
this
car,
from
you
one
take the
angle.
car home.
The lady
First to see if
living
it's
with a
going to
guy.
work.
How about
No,
it?
you pay for the car first. If you go home and it's bad, you can't take the car back.
So you wouldn't know. So
What do you want to buy?
that
Take
guy
the
who also
car.
gets into a relationship.
You
And
you
My issue here is that so many
want to
mature
go
people are entering
you want to
relationships.
go and buy a range.
Yes,
right?
yes.
You check the capacity, fuel.
Oh, it's part of the courtship. That's the test
And you
drive.
take it to your
No,
house.
yes.
And after
If you
bring it
get
to
home
my
and you
house,
have
like,
have you bought a car before?
After boy,
I have.
But
Let me tell you, if you buy the car, you move the car from here to Jowulu, and you come back and say that's
it's more or less
it
like.
doesn't matter
No.
because you already paid for it. Ask anybody that has bought a car
See,
before.
this car thing.
Whether the car doesn't work
This car thing
anymore,
you're
the
talking
moment
about
you
is
left there, it was working.
I come and marry AJ. I
Yes.
take her to my house.
Yes.
1 month, 2 months, 3
Yes.
months, 4 months, 5 months. AJ, I've been talking to AJ 1 month, 2 months.
That's why-
They make me on it.
Did you marry her?
Listen.
If you married her, that's
Listen.
what the Busia Penny and all those elders are for.
Come-
When there's an issue, they fix
My
it.
worry, you're not going to go for it. Come on.
Yes.
I'd rather
Now, you know what the woman you married.
going to the
Going to the door.
living with you for a while, knowing okay,
That's
this is
going to the
knowing
that one part is a slap on my
Why
face.
would I get into it and then
Well,
once
so
in a
what you
while-
people are asking for
That
are just
one part is
women that have
in the
no
long
self-
run. In the long
That's
run,
the
it's
daughters
just
of
a big
people
of
to
that.
marry.
That is like
Just like that.
the guy didn't
Women
do
that
it
are
for
self-worth. What's the point moving into a man's
This
house?
is like the guy didn't do it so walk for 1 month, 2 months.
It's the girl that
Come
no
on.
fun.
It's not fun. But
So she leave her
and
parents'
when
house
that-
and come and
no,
stay with
when
you with
that
no
happens,
proper.
I don't condone to that. I don't subscribe to
You
that.
have sisters.
I have a sister.
And your sister should move into a man's house. Only this, nah.
No, it's only about sex.
Oh, child.
No, it's only about sex.
If you want to study her, come to her house, see how she cooks.
Listen,
You
all
can
guys,
write down video call.
all guys
You
are
can
not
put
the
the phone there, see how she's
same. Listen,
cooking.
all guys are not the same. You can
and-
live with a guy.
And
You
they live in
hold on.
let me tell you
Hold
right
on,
now,
hold on.
as I sit here, I want to drive a Range Rover. Can I go and bring the Range Rover home and say I'm testing it before I take it back and pay for it?
It all depends on how you want it. I was saying something. I lost what I was saying. You're gonna bring a guy to your house, a lady to your house.
And then
try training her, or in the courtship I'm talking about. You try training and get to know each other, blah, go here, your weaknesses and your lower.
See, marriage, let me tell you, marriage is for mature people. You know what has happened now, right?
Two cannot move unless they agree.
So many kids, yes, and you'll find a woman that understands this thing.
My point is that
most women are not supposed to do that.
Courtship is not about
if a woman is staying with you and then she doesn't have any family.
Training a contest, I didn't say training like that.
See, even if your mom is paying your rent, you shouldn't be staying in the same place.
Marriage is like a contract. Also, we are not going to marry, but let me just marriage is like a contract. Before we move, we need to quote unquote explore each other, not sex. Explore each other. Explore each other. Yes.
What are you looking for in a woman?
Not only sex. Getting to know the person more.
What are you getting to know?
No. I'm talking from my point of explore each other.
I'm telling you,
put your
living with a woman won't determine whether she's good or not.
Exactly.
Because someone was able to pretend for 2 years. How long will you wait?
Living with a guy on both sides, living with someone for a short time does not mean you can get to know the person well enough to determine if you want to get married to a person or if you don't want
AJ,
to.
I can meet you today. I can meet you today. Because I know you went back to AJ, but we were not close. We got close for a few weeks or something. I can meet you today. What's the name?
The marriage tomorrow, the marriage will last 30 years.
And on the 15th of this month, get married.
Yes, and it will last 10 years. And somebody who will live with their husband or the boyfriend for 2 years, don't marry, and then the next 2 years they divorce.
Everybody was made in a different way.
Exactly.
I can live with
so the living will help.
1 year too, and still I'll get to know her because day in day out she tries to bring out something new that I'm not used to.
Exactly. So that's just what I'm telling you, that you see you're living with this person. Just imagine you're not married, you're dating. Do you understand? You are dating a person, but then you think you're married. Do you understand? My problem is that I've lost my train of thought. My problem is that you can't know someone fully when you're faced with different characters or different attitudes of the person. You decide that okay, I feel like I can endure this, I can't endure this. Let's sit down, let's talk about this. You move forward. Do you understand?
When you're looking
at
for
that
someone,
point, you say that it's so unbearable that I want to divorce you.
When you're looking for someone
you
to
have
date or
that
court, there's just two things you need to know: whether it's good, the person is good or bad. All these things, traits.
You have that in
if we all look at traits, people will never be with each other. The only thing you need to know about a human being is whether they have empathy, they have compassion, whether they are human beings. That's what makes you a human being. So if you date somebody you are courting the person, you are just seeing them in 2 hours, 2 hours. You are telling me you can't tell if a person or a human being has compassion.
And besides, you're not saying that.
To you in those 2 hours.
Pretend. That's
exactly how you are saying.
Pretend how? How they treat the waiters, how they treat people. You need them to pretend.
Spend time with the person. Obviously, they are
you don't need to spend time with anybody.
They are even a whole week. I can go to my boyfriend's house and spend a week there. Do you understand? These are some of the times that we can use to study each other, but it doesn't mean that.
Let me give an example.
You know one thing you're all missing. The whole point of the courtship is not just to observe the person and know whether you want to get married to the person. It serves different purposes. Okay. And I feel like if you are only looking at the fact that
give examples so we know what we are.
It's like an incubation period. You get it. You guys can develop you can develop a level of intimacy that you will never develop if I'm just seeing you for 2 hours.
There are
certain things that
developed.
So you can't do it when you are married.
You see,
let me give an instance. Yesterday, I spoke
you see, that's why I said it's a broad thing. You don't just look at.
And let me tell you, I'm supposed to see them today, but I know I won't go. Because based on that less than 30 minutes conversation, I understand he's vain. As vain as he was, there's no point. He's not my type. I like people that are people that are compassionate, people that are kind. I don't care about somebody bragging about his car and his phone and what he has. It's stupid. So because if I get him, then I'll get someone that has more than him because he's not the only person. So
you're okay
in 2 hours, you can know that the person is not your type. You don't need to get trained.
So I want to ask you this question. What about in situations where you have the man is outside the country, the girl is in Ghana. They were dating while they were here together, but all of a sudden they were not able to live together. The girl was in her parents' house, he was in his parents' house or in his house, and he went outside. But then they continued dating, and all of a sudden, while they were both at different countries, they were making preparations towards the marriage. the day the guy comes back is the day before he gets married. So in that case, what do you do?
It's just like the example you guys made earlier, where there are types of marriages where people don't court. Like you were saying, he may know you, and then get married to you.
Love is straightforward. When you see someone that you like,
it depends on who you are.
Because there are so many people currently running.
There are a lot of people.
Yes,
we are all different. Every human being is different. I may not care about living with you or like, oh, I like you, that's why I want to marry you. Yes. Or maybe I may feel like
that's how it should be.
No,
I like you.
If that's how it should be, then that thing called courtship wouldn't even exist in the first place.
Oh no, but not the living.
But you see,
there's a thin line between love and hate.
I think it's cultural difference. You see, in Ghana,
and living with you, that's why they're living
our
here.
culture
You
doesn't
destroy
really allow you to live with a man before you get married to the man. You get it? So if you are saying that I'm taking probably,
and
you're
you know
looking
that
at
people that have
exactly.
There are people that don't
about whether you are good or bad. I like you, I want to marry you.
There are people that have been cohabitating for 6 years and they are still
how
not married.
many men do you know that have been probably dating their girlfriends? All of a sudden she moved in with them, and then the marriage plans, everything is just delayed, and you see finally they start having
because he's having free sex. And who will pay for them?
And you realize that because of the children and everything, there are too much responsibilities. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. The guy is not tied to the girl. Then you realize that okay, after 10, 20 years, they are now going to sign. Do you understand?
The men like free.
I feel like
they like free women. And they like everything that comes on.
This might not play
on a very
in the
easy
guy's
place.
So when a woman allowed to marry at any age,
do you know that the laws of your own country, if you live with someone and you play all those marital roles after a number of years, it is recognized as marriage.
Where is it?
Because there are people who.
Where is the proof?
It is recognized. See, there are people who don't even get married at all. Oh, me hearing it.
The fact that it is recognized doesn't mean it's scam.
When you get it, know whether
the fact that it is recognized that I'm your girlfriend doesn't mean
you know how many people have called me their
wife. I'm saying that.
The guy
that's just my mouth. I can just
scam.
Oh my.
See, let me tell you,
mouth.
as a proper woman that is planning to raise women, you should train your women to your little beautiful daughters to understand that as a woman they should have value for themselves.